Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Homage to the blessed one, the supremely enlightened one. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. I pay homage to the Blessed One, the Supremely Enlightened Buddha. Sadhu, sadhu. I pay homage to my teacher, Lokaswami Mahasi. Sadhu, sadhu. Today we are going to learn about this beautiful sutta taught by the Buddha. It is from the Anguttara Nikaya, Numerical Discourses of the Buddha. Okay, and if you have questions, you can always ask as we go along. Sambodhisutta Sutta. So in this sutta, we are going to learn about the aids to awakening, the enlightenment, the supporting factors for the enlightenment, those kind of things. So first of all, we need to understand why we need to attain enlightenment, right? And then we understand the importance of the supporting factors, the aids to enlightenment. Why do we need the enlightenment? Because there is lots of pain and suffering in this existence. When we say this existence, it's not only about this human life. It's not possible for a being who is wandering in this cycle of rebirth to get only a human birth each time. It's not possible. However, the human birth happens after a very long time. Some people think every time you become a human being and you are born with your own relatives each time, you get to live with them all the time. No. The truth the Buddha realized is that somebody gains a human birth after a very long time. And that human life we are experiencing right now. And day by day, we are losing that. Right? So, and this will come to an end. But the existence would not come to an end with the end of the human life. Or with the end of any life. It continues. If a being comes to the human world as a human being after a very long time, where would this being be all the time? Buddha saw with the extraordinary knowledge, a being mostly spends time in extremely painful places. Human world is not categorized as a extremely painful place or one of the painful places. It's not categorized like that. Human world is categorized as a place where beings experience a mixture of pleasure and pain. Now you can understand when an enlightened being categorizes the human world as a place where beings experience a mixture of pleasure and pain, you can think Even in such a place, beings experience this much of pain in life, physical pain and mental pain. We can see it through our own lives, the pain we experience in our life, and also we can see through others' lives, right? How they experience physical and mental pain. But still, this, don't forget, this is a place categorized as beings experience a mixture of pain and pleasure. So if even in such a place beings experience such a great pain, now you can imagine the pain in those other worlds that have been categorized as extremely painful feelings. Beings experience extremely painful places. So because this human being after death continues their life in those extremely painful places and spend the time mostly in those places in this existence, Buddha realized this journey is very dangerous. So the solution? Enlightenment. What is the solution? Enlightenment. So enlightenment has 4 stages, or awakening, same thing. Also nibbana or nirvana. So there are 4 stages of enlightenment. And we call them, the Buddha teaches, first stage of enlightenment, second stage of enlightenment, third stage of enlightenment, and fourth stages of enlightenment. What is the path to attain enlightenment? The Noble Eightfold Path, Aryo Attangiko Maggo, is the path to attain enlightenment, or stages of enlightenment. What happens when these stages of enlightenment are achieved? Transformation of life. Achieving wholesome qualities, abandoning unwholesome qualities, cleansing the mind from defilements, understanding the true nature of this life, understanding the true nature of this existence. As a result, one becomes a kind person, generous person, nice person, a person who practices patience, a person who practices gratitude, a person who practices non-violence. So many wholesome qualities are found in such a person who is practicing the path to enlightenment. And eventually, this mind will achieve the state of uh, peace, ultimate liberation, which is devoid of any unwholesome qualities such as greed, hatred, and delusion, ignorance, craving, clinging. Mind is released, liberated from all those negative states, and that mind is called nirvana or nibbana. The person has attained nibbana, the final stage of enlightenment. And that is when this existence comes to an end. even before that, the times of rebirth, the amounts of rebirth gets decreased. Otherwise, the times a being is going to be reborn is countless, endless. But now we have come across this amazing path. By following this path, the wise person can put an end to this suffering. So briefly, that is why we need enlightenment. Right? Any questions? Is it from Ray? Ray, you like to ask something?
Yes, Namo Buddhaya, Bhante.
No, Buddha.
So suffering, ending the suffering is by way of ending craving. Is craving caused by clinging, or does clinging cause craving? Which one brings the other one?
Okay. Tanha Pachya Upada. The Buddha realized craving leads to clinging. And Tanha Nirodha Upadana Nirodho. With the ending of craving comes the ending of clinging. Okay?
Okay, so with consciousness, there's no consciousness without contact. So this is how the dependent origination falls into place?
There is no contact without consciousness.
Right. Oh, okay. There's no contact without consciousness.
Because remember, the contact means tinnang sangati passo. Union of three things is contact. For example, eye contact. Union of three things is eye contact. What are those three things? The union of eye, visual object, and the consciousness. So when these three things come together, it is called contact.
Thank you, Bhante.
You're welcome. Okay, so now we discussed about why we need enlightenment briefly, and now we are going to learn about that enlightenment and also about the path to enlightenment with this beautiful sutta.
So I've heard. At one time, the Buddha was staying near Savatthi in Jeta's Grove, Anathapindika's monastery. There, the Buddha addressed the mendicants. Mendicants, if wanderers of other religions were to ask, Reverence, what is the vital condition for the development of the awakening factors? How would you answer them? Our teachings are rooted in the Buddha. The mendicants will listen and remember it. Well then, mendicants, listen and apply your mind well. I will speak. Yes, sir, they replied. The Buddha said this. Mendicants, if wanderers of other religions were to ask, Reverence, what is the vital condition for the development of the awakening factors? You should answer them. If when a mendicant has good friends, companions, and associates, this is the first vital condition for the development of the awakening factors.
Okay, good. So let's learn something about this. Okay, so here Buddha teaches the monks, if you are questioned by different groups of believers, people who follow different doctrine, and they are curious to know, okay, so your goal is enlightenment, right? And the monks answer, yes, our goal is enlightenment. Okay, so what are the aids to enlightenment? Like, what are those path factors to enlightenment? That's the meaning of vital condition. So they are curious to know. And then Buddha teaches the monks. Then you should answer them. The first vital condition for the development of awakening factors is having good friends. So what is the Pali for this? So the aids to enlightenment, or the vital condition for the development of enlightenment factors, means Sambodhi Pakikana Dhammana. Sambodhi Pakikana Dhammana. And then when Buddha asked that question, the monks, how did monks respond? Monks said, "Oh, Bhante, Bhante is the founder, the Blessed One is the founder of these teachings, and the teachings are rooted in the Buddha. We learn it from the Buddha and remember well as taught by the Buddha." So then Buddha teaches the Dhamma. So the first one is having good friends. Kalyana mitto hoti. Kalyana sahayo. Kalyana sampavanko. That means in order to attain enlightenment, to end this suffering, you have to find good friends, good companions, spiritual friends, friends in the Dhamma. You have to find them. This is vital, first vital condition for the development of awakening factors. Now, Buddha is the discoverer of the enlightenment, the skilled teacher of the path to enlightenment. Now, Buddha teaches the path, and we should respect that. We should place our confidence in that teaching. If Buddha teaches that associating with Kalyana Mittas, Dhamma friends, spiritual friends, is so important, then we should think about it, shouldn't we? So let's talk a little bit about friends. So we have this other sutta about some friends. First, we need to recognize unbeneficial friends, because we need to avoid them. And then we need to understand beneficial friends, good friends, friends with good qualities. We need to associate with them. And there are, I think, 8 factors, 8 vital conditions explained in this sutta. If we don't have the very first one, we don't need to talk about the rest. So the rest depends on the very first one. It is that powerful, having spiritual friends. So first we need to recognize fake friends, and we need to avoid them. Otherwise our path is going to be ruined. Not only the path, the entire life. Right? You understand that? So here Buddha teaches about fake friends, and let's learn about that. You should recognize these 4 enemies. Fake friends means enemies, disguised as friends. Okay, they are disguised as friends. The first enemy, the talker, the taker. The second, the talker. The third, the flatterer. The fourth, the spender. Who are they? You can recognize a fake friend who is all take on foregrounds. So this is the first friend. Your possessions end up theirs. So that means they are very greedy and they want to steal and take things from you, right? Giving little. When you need something, they are not ready to help you, not ready to share with you. They expect a lot. They do their duty out of fear. They associate for their own advantage. That's why they are with you. If you see these qualities in a friend, then you need to avoid that association. That is only about one friend. So that is the taker, right? First friend, taker. And then the talker means not the friend, right? Enemy. This is the first enemy. It's not beneficial. The association is not beneficial. And the second enemy, talker. Talker means he or she is hospitable in the past. What is the meaning? Hospitable in the past means they always treat you from past tense. Past tense means they say when you need some help, they say, "Oh, why didn't you tell me a week ago? I could have helped you." Helping in the past. Okay? They are hospitable in the future. You ask something, then they say, "Oh, now I cannot. Maybe next month I'll try." Only words, not action. They are full of meaningless pleasantries. What is the meaning? Maybe just good words, like pleasant words. When someone needs doing in the present, they point to their own misfortune. You can recognize a fake friend who is all talk on these four grounds. Oh, when you need help and when you ask for advice, they guide you in the wrong direction. So this is the second enemy disguised as a friend. You need to avoid if you like to attain the end of suffering, the stages of enlightenment. Flatterer, the third enemy. He or she supports you equally in doing bad and doing good. Let's say you want to do something bad and the friend supports you. And you think, "Oh, he is a really good friend." They don't care whether you are doing evil or beneficial things. And if you do good things, they support again. But they don't like, what is the quality of a good friend? If you try to do evil things, the friend should not help you, right? The friend should instruct you and help you to avoid doing evil. But this friend, he doesn't care. He praises you to your face and put you down behind your back. Another evil quality of an enemy. And then the fourth enemy is a spender. They accompany you when drinking alcohol, taking drugs, roaming the streets at night like partying, nightclubs, frequenting festivals. That's why they associate with you. And gambling. So these are some of the bad qualities. And then Buddha summarizes. One friend is all take, another all talk, one just a flatterer, and one is a friend who spends. As astute or wise person understands A wise person understands these four enemies for what they are and keeps them at a distance, as they would shun a risky road. So when you go somewhere, you avoid a dangerous road, you need to avoid these friends. We are talking about achieving enlightenment. But even before that, to have happiness and peace in this life, you still need to avoid the friends with these qualities, right? Let alone achieving enlightenment. Okay. These are only some of the bad qualities, but there can be more. And Buddha always teaches, if you cannot find a wise friend, honest friend, it's always better to live alone. There is no association with evil friends. That means one should not associate with an evil friend. If you cannot find a wise, energetic, virtuous, honest friend, it's better to live alone because you are safe. And Buddha explains that in many occasions. Then Buddha explains about good-hearted friends. Good qualities in a good friend. Helper, the friend in good times and bad, the counselor, and the one who is compassionate. Who is the helper? The helper guards you when you are negligent. When you are negligent, that means you are not mindful in some occasions. Maybe you are about to do something evil and your friend comes and helps you, try to protect you, try to guard you, try to put your life in the right direction. Like a mother protects her only child. That kind of quality. And these good friends guard your property when you are negligent. So remember, the enemies, they try to steal from you, right? But this friend, when you are not mindful and when you are doing wrong things and when you are about to lose your wealth or money, whatever, these friends help you to protect your money, to protect your wealth, and they care about it. They want to help. They keep you safe in times of danger. They save your life, these good friends. You feel you feel safe when you are around them. It's a strong, like, security. You feel that inside when you are around these friends, good friends. When something needs doing, they provide you with twice the money or the things you need. That means they are open-handed, very generous, and they are not greedy. They are always there to help you, exceeding your wishes. Good qualities, right? Good-hearted friend. And then the second type of friend, he or she tells you secrets. That means if an honest friend, if somebody is an honest friend, he or she shares the personal things with that friend. That kind of honesty, connection. And they keep your secrets. They know the personal things of your life, and they don't use it for their own advantage. They don't gossip around, and they don't share those things with others. Think about the Buddha's understanding about the good qualities of a friend. He or she doesn't abandon you in times of trouble. They are a big strength for you. When you need help, you always go to them. You know they are there to help you. Beautiful qualities, right? Is it easy to find these kind of friends? They would even give their life for your welfare. You can see those kind of friends, and if you read the Jataka stories of the Buddha explains about past lives. You can see so many times these extraordinary beings sacrifice their life to save their friends' lives. Like sometimes Sariputta Bhante's past lives, around Moggallana Bhante's past lives, around Ananda Bhante's past lives. There are so many stories, past life stories. They sacrifice their life to save the Buddha's life. Not only in the human form, even in animal form. Like they were in the animal world. Buddha to be was an animal before. And they were also the animals. And they come to save the life of the Buddha to be. It's like that. And even the present day, you will see very rarely they sacrifice their life for the well-being of the friends, right? These kind of powerful qualities. And then the counselor, the friend, the counselor. They keep you from doing bad. See that? Remember the evil quality? Whatever you do, they help. Even when you want to do bad, evil, they help you. The bad friends. But this friend, different, right? When you don't want to do something evil and bad, and they what do? They keep you from doing bad. See that? They instruct you, no, don't do that, don't take revenge, don't hate others, right? Please forgive them. Like that, they always advise you to do good. They support you in doing good. Okay, and if you try to do something good, they are not against it. They come and happily help you. Okay, I also will join. Let's do it together. Like that. They teach you what you do not know, like about awesome qualities, about the Dhamma, anything that leads to your progress in life, your happiness. They teach you, they share that with you. They explain the path to heaven. That means they share the teachings of the Buddha, the teachings of wholesome qualities. That's the meaning of path to heaven. About precepts, they encourage, these good friends encourage you to practice giving and sharing, volunteering, practicing meditation, practicing precepts. They encourage you. Let us cultivate these wholesome qualities. And then a friend of compassion. These friends don't delight in your misfortune. If something bad happens to you, this kind of friend is not happy about it, and he is also sad. They delight in your good fortune, and if something good happens to you, you achieve things, and you um, uh, you know, good fortune happens to you, and they are very happy to see that. They are delighted, and they rejoice in your achievement. They are not jealous. These kind of qualities. Another good quality of a good friend, they keep others from criticizing you. If this good friend learns that other people criticize you, insult you, they do whatever they can to stop those rumors, and they correct. No, my friend is not like that. Don't say those bad things about my friend, right? They encourage praise of you, and they hear some people praise your friend, and then this good friend goes to them and say, yes, my friend has those good qualities, and then this friend encourages others to praise his or her friend. That's called a good-hearted friend who is compassionate. And then Buddha summarizes, a friend who is a helper on the same in both pleasure and pain, a friend of good counsel, and one of compassion. 4 types of friends. An astute person understands these 4 friends for what they are and carefully looks after them, like a mother the child at her breast. The astute and virtuous shine like a burning flame, not a gloomy, dark thing. It's you achieve all the success in your life. That is the meaning of shine like a burning flame. They pick up riches as bees, roaming round, pick up pollen, and their riches proceed to grow like a termite mound piling up. Like you grow from all sides. Your wealth is growing, the fame is growing, praise is growing, happiness is growing. In gathering wealth like this, a householder does enough for their family, and they would hold on to friends by dividing their wealth in 4. One portion is to enjoy, 2 parts invest in work, and the 4th should be kept for times of trouble. So these are the good qualities of a friend. And there are more good qualities like this Buddha teaches in the spiritual aspect. If you can find a friend who has saddha, saddha means the faith in the enlightened one, who has confidence in these teachings and who strives to attain stages of enlightenment. If you can find such kind of a friend, very lucky. And then if your friend has virtuous life, the friend keeps precepts, abstain from killing, stealing, sexual misconduct, lying, taking intoxicating drinks and drugs. Very good. And then if your friend has a very good Dhamma knowledge, that's also a very rare quality. And then your friend is generous, and also your friend is uh, practicing the path to realize the 4 noble truths. Basically, developing insight to understand the stages of enlightenment. So these kind of powerful qualities of a spiritual friend. Harry, you have a question?
Yes, Bante,
Yes.
Budaya.
No.
Bante, regarding many people say that um a person's spouse, husband and wife, is definitely the best friend or the good-hearted friend, the kalyanamitas. With all of these, the 4 items that that Buddha mentioned. So, but then most of the spouses or the good-hearted people that we know, they always emphasize or be very possessive on love, Love, and they have this concept of loving the partner, love that is quite sensual desire. Okay, so very possessive. So my question, Bante, is um, are they still considered good-hearted person? So let's say um anybody who says bad things about their husband, then this wife will be very angry. Or let's say if this husband has friends outside of this wife, and the wife become very possessive, and so what I'm saying, Bante, is do do you think that this wife is the husband's good-hearted companion? Because the definition of love is different. It's very possessive and very
So,
sensual.
Harry, yeah.
Yes.
So you can see this like sometimes a mixture of uh, good and bad qualities, right?
Okay, mixture. Yeah.
Yeah, that kind of a mixture. But when it comes to the qualities of a Dhamma friend, like a spiritual friend, it's not like that. It's not like a mixture of good and bad qualities. It's those are very pure, honest qualities you can find in a Dhamma friend. And also remember, they are not for their personal gain. It's not to get the attention of the other person, of the other friend. If not not to get the admiration or the love of or affection of the other person. It's just pure compassion. That is different, I think, when you try to find examples from the ordinary society. Another beautiful quality of these friends in the Dhamma is that they don't expect anything from you. Any material things, material gains, any praise, anything like that. But you see this, the friendships in the ordinary world, they always expect something, right?
Brings the touch.
Yeah, so it's different. For example, the greatest Kalyana Mitra who ever lived in this world is the Buddha. Did Buddha expect anything from the world? He didn't expect anything from the world. Great Arahants are the Kalyana Mitras, great Kalyana Mitras for the world. They didn't expect anything from the world. And others, grateful people, are the Kalyana Mitras. They don't expect anything from us. That is different, right?
Yeah.
Is that a very clear difference? What happens with these people who help you expecting affection or love or admiration or something like that? If they don't receive it, they hate you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Right? But these Kalyana Mitras, they don't expect anything. And even if you don't obey to them, don't follow their instructions, they don't hate you. Because their compassion never changes. Isn't that beautiful?
Yeah.
So that is an
Thank you,
example.
Bante. Thank you.
Okay. Please.
We're just talking about spiritual friends. We're not talking about family or friends out there.
Yes, we are talking about spiritual friends, but maybe somebody's wife is a spiritual friend, or somebody's husband is a spiritual friend. So that spiritual friend can be found in any community, maybe inside the house, maybe in the school, maybe in the workplace.
What do you do if you have a fake friend, family member,
So we already learned. We already learned. Remember? I'll show you that again. I saw that word. You cannot leave the house. Some people do, but you cannot leave the house. Saying that there are bad friends, fake friends inside the house. You cannot leave, but you can do this. Can you read?
Can't see it, sorry.
Keeps them at a distance as you would shun a risky road. Keep them at a distance. That means they maybe live close to you inside the house, but here distance means you don't follow their advice. When you need some help, you don't go to them and ask, can you advise me what to do about this? That is the distance.
What is it? Mixture of good and bad.
Yeah, that's right.
They're not really.
Yeah. So when we have, then you can be a good friend to them. Sometimes you see some bad qualities in a friend, in a family member, and if you have compassion to help that person to be better, and then sometimes and you have the understanding that the person will listen to you, and you have compassion, then you can try to help. But if you think that the person is not going to listen to you, then you cannot help. But you can always have kindness and compassion. If you see some inferior qualities of the people around you, at your home, at your school, working place, you can still have compassion and kindness. You don't hate them, saying they have evil qualities. You don't get mad at them, but you have that distance. Distance means you don't have very close connection with them. That means you don't follow their example. You don't seek advice from them. You stay with, if possible, you avoid their association. If it is not possible, you still stay with them, but very mindfully, with good awareness that you don't want to follow them. That's the distance.
That they may be the only family you have.
It's difficult. Sometimes it's difficult. It's difficult to find good friends. That is the bottom line, right? Very, very difficult. But there are good friends. Anybody else has questions? Please ask.
And it's because of my ignorance, I'm asking this.
Everybody has ignorance.
I thought Buddha was in heaven. He was one of the gods.
Some people think like that, but remember in the beginning we discussed that continuous existence is painful. So the solution Buddha discovered was the enlightenment, and by achieving enlightenment, this existence comes to an end. Remember we discussed? So when existence comes to an end as a result of cleansing the mind from all the negative qualities, the rebirth is ended. That means you cannot find Buddha in any of the realms of existence. No. Because heaven is included in the existence. If any state of existence If any state of being is present, then that life is destined to suffering. It is bound up with aging, sickness, mental suffering, physical suffering, and death. So if Buddha was in heaven, then Buddha is bound to that suffering. Right? So that is why Buddha escaped. Heaven is good. Heaven is good till you attain the end of rebirth. Because you cannot it's not that everybody can attain end of rebirth in this life. It takes few more lives. If somebody attains the first stage of enlightenment in this life, or if somebody at least enters the path, it may take few more lives. So where are you going to be till you attain the final liberation? There should be a place for you to, and that place should be safer, more secure, more happier than this human world, which is heaven.
That's good news. That means.
That's of course good news.
No, for those of us who have aborted or are on our path
Yes,
to enlightenment, the next time they come around, then they will be in heaven.
should be. It should be. Yeah, that is the like the goal of the Buddha, right? Buddha worked very hard to explain the path for the people to attain enlightenment in this very life, and many beings achieved that in the past. But at the same time, Buddha made sure that they go to a better place after this life till they attain, till the rest of the practitioners attain the final liberation. So Buddha realized heaven is that place, the happier, safer, and more opportunities than the human world.
Christians believe in spirit.
What is the spirit? The ghosts?
The one, no. The one that moves on to the next.
Oh, you mean the soul? Soul. No. Buddha explained about the soul, saying that there is no permanent soul.
Oh, there is no permanent soul.
No.
So what gets reincarnated if it's not the soul?
It's the causes and effects. It's not a thing that goes from one life to another. How we understand this in order to end suffering is by understanding the cause and effect mechanism. That is called paticca samuppada. When there are supporting conditions for the continuous existence, this continues, this life continues. So it's, in another word, life means suffering. So suffering continues when the causes are there. The causes are the craving, clinging, attachment, defilements, unwholesome qualities. These are the causes, and the effect is suffering. So what happens when the causes, when you stop fueling the causes? There are no causes for the existence of suffering. So suffering ends. So Buddha teaches dukkha meva upajamana upajati. If something arises, suffering arises. Dukkha meva nirujjamana nirujjati. If something ceases, suffering ceases. That's all.
And when this body dies,
there will be another life according to our karma, according to our actions. We don't go with saying like something is moving from here to next life. No, we don't use that language. If we want to understand the cause and effect mechanism, we always used to we need to use the cause and effect mechanism and that language. And what is the language? When there is the cause, there is the effect. That is the language we need to use. Otherwise it goes in a wrong direction. Then you have to say a permanent soul is going from one life to another, and like that. That's why some people got confused. So we don't use that language. Buddha teaches, if you want to escape from suffering, you need to see this life as something functions in the theory of cause and effect mechanism. Okay, you can learn little by little. Okay, patiently.
I guess
Yeah.
As long as you don't have any effect, and there is no need to pay back.
Yeah, effects depend on causes.
Once you get rid of the cause,
there is no effect. That's what happens. Yes, that is what happens when you attain enlightenment. It is deep, subtle, profound. Yes, please ask your question.
My question is about what we were just discussing. Is it possible to decide where you go? Let's say there are the 31 realms of existence. So in terms of talking about heaven, and can you, like, is the goal to, like, let's say we're at number 5 compared to the other realms. So how do you what dictates where you go? Like, can you specify, okay, I want to go to this realm number 25, or is it just a culmination of all of your causes and effects over time?
So he was asking about this, the realms, different realms. If you are new to these teachings, so there is a kind of order for the places where beings are reborn. So it starts with the most painful realm and ends with the most pleasurable realm. So starts with hell, animal world, ghost world, human world, and then the list of heavens above that.
Ghosts is before heaven?
No, ghosts come after animal world. Yeah. So then there are different heavens. List of heavens. When you go higher and higher of the list, the more happiness you will experience, more lifespan, more divine beauty, divine fame, divine power. So there are 6 of those. Chatu Maharajika heaven, Thavatin's heaven, Yama heaven, Susita heaven, Nimmarati heaven, Paranimita Vasavanti. Different names of the heavens. And after those heavens, you have even a better realm called Brahma realm. People who meditate, people who abandon sense desires from the world, from the mind, people who practice jhanas, like strong concentration levels during meditation, they are reborn in those higher realms. Meditation precepts. So his question was how to decide the realm we are going to be, right? That kind of idea. So It depends on basically these 5 qualities in your life. Faith in the Buddha teachings and the community of disciples. Your precepts, 5 precepts or 8 precepts as a lay person. Like some people, let's say you only keep 5 precepts. There is another person, he keeps 5 precepts on a daily basis and keeps 8 precepts 1 time a month or 2 times a month, 3 times a month, 4 times a month, 5 times a month. Shouldn't there be a difference of the karma? There is a difference of the karma accumulation. Because the second person works harder than the first person to keep advanced precepts, right? So then that may give a happier destination for that person, because the person created more good karma than the first person. So precepts, dhamma knowledge, generosity or volunteering, anything related to that, and wisdom, your insight into the teachings of reality. So basically those 5 qualities in Pali: saddha, sila, sutta, chaga, panya. That's why we need a whiteboard. Okay, because it's, for some people it's difficult to memorize things. Yeah. So, and that is one side of it. And these 4 qualities will decide where you are going to be reborn next time. It's not, I should add something. It's not always heaven. Human rebirth is also a possibility. Okay. And then there are some discourses of the Buddha where Buddha teaches the person can, there is a way the person can decide where I should be reborn next, like which realm. And the name of the sutta is Sankarupati Sutta. That's one sutta. So as I said to you before, if somebody practices more meditation, like as a part of the Noble Eightfold Path practice, more meditation, and if somebody's mind is well trained to abandon sense desire for material things. In Pali it's called kameshu vitaragi. Some people can be detached from that kind of sense desire, and they experience a higher happiness through meditation. So they don't go after these material things. They don't go after that worldly pleasures. And they are going to be reborn in Brahma world, higher than the heavenly world, more peaceful than the heavenly world. Whether you can, it's like this, whether you can decide or not where you are going to be reborn next time, if you are going to be reborn in a heavenly world, in any of those heavenly worlds, that is a big victory. Because you surpass hell, rebirth in hell. You surpass birth as an animal. You surpass rebirth as a hungry ghost. You even surpass the human rebirth. And you are going to be in one of those heavenly realms. That's a big victory. It's very difficult to achieve.
Bhante?
It's guaranteed if you attain at least the first stage of enlightenment. Remember, there are 4 stages of enlightenment. If you at least attain the first stage of enlightenment in this life, it is guaranteed that you will never go down. That's what is this opportunity is about. Different places. Different places. Yes. No, in those realms. Some monks go to hell.
Are you serious?
Yes, I am serious. Even when Buddha was alive, some monks went to hell. There was one monk who tried to kill the Buddha. Remember? What is the name? Cousin of the Buddha, Devadatta. When Buddha was alive, the earth opened up and swallowed him. He went to hell. Monk Kokalika went to hell. Remember? So some monks are reborn in hell. Some monks are reborn as animals because using doing evil things with the robe. Some monks are reborn as ghosts. There are discourses in the Samyutta Nikaya, connected discourses about the ghosts, the monk ghosts. Some monks may be reborn as humans, next life. Some monks will be reborn as gods in heaven. Some monks will be reborn as Brahmas, who meditates well, right? Who keeps precepts well. And some monks who fully complete the practice of the Noble Eightfold Path will not reborn in any existence, and they will attain liberation in this very life. Okay, all the possibilities. There is no difference for it's not the robe, it's not the dress you are wearing. What decides your rebirth is your action. If a monk does bad things by wearing the robe, then painful results are to be expected. If a layperson does evil things, then painful results are to be expected.
Which makes me think, why would somebody want to become a monk and do bad things?
No, they do bad things after they become monks. Yeah.
It's just, don't do that once you go.
Sometimes they, people are different, right? You need good teachers to guide you in the right path, and you need these pure teachings to study. You need companions, the fellow monks, who guide you in the right direction. It's different factors.
Bhante,
Yes.
if you're doing all the good things in pursuit of merit, though, isn't that wrong view? Shouldn't you be doing them for the abandoning of craving? If you're doing it all just to try to get merit, isn't that not correct?
No, there is no danger, because Buddha has praised earning merits a lot, and if that is dangerous, then Buddha would never praise. And Buddha also, one time Buddha went on to say, Ma bhikkhave punyanam bahayita. Don't be afraid of making merits. Maybe somebody was afraid like you.
Maybe.
Maybe. And he asked the same question, and then Buddha gave the direct answer. Ma bhikkhave punyanam bahayita. Oh monks, don't be afraid of making merits. Sukhasetam bhikkhave adhivachanang yadidam punyam. Merit means another name for happiness. Why are you afraid of happiness? If it comes through righteous means, wholesome means, you don't need to be afraid of. What you should be afraid of is demerit, evil. Okay, merit is not something that we should be afraid of. Be very clear about it. If you are afraid of merit and also expecting, you don't need to expect anything, but you should expect one thing when you make merit. May this merit help me to attain enlightenment. That should be the best
But what,
aspiration.
but
Yeah.
Bhante, okay, say I'm doing something good and my mind, I say, yeah, okay, I'm doing this just for good, but my mind says, I have this thought in my mind that says the intention all of a sudden is for praise. Instead
No,
of just,
have the so you change the mind. Have the intention of attaining enlightenment. May this merit help me to attain enlightenment.
so if a bad thought when I'm doing something of intention comes up, a bad intention comes up, and I don't pursue it, then it's not bad merit. It's just a thought. Is that correct?
You don't need to regret over the evil thought. When you make another volition to abandon that evil thought, right there, you make a powerful good karma. Focus on that. Rejoice in your effort. And no need to worry about what happened before that.
Thank you, Bhante.
That's how you should think, okay? Sadhu. Sadhu.